It's another episode of Loosely Attached. Welcome to the show, and thanks so much for joining us on this journey. We've enjoyed the ride so far. We hope you have. Don't forget, follow all of the social media, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, social media, all of that. Loosely Attached Pod on all platforms. I'm going to say this about this episode.
These things are completely live.
It's a lot to unfold. It's a lot to unfold. And, you know, our writing style is to not write and sort of talk. Today we talk about the gym, urine, piss.
Yep.
We talk about piss troughs, being pee shy. We talk at the end, incredibly, about matrimony and about marriage and you know, the attachment to people and what it does for you and who to bring along with you on your journey. So you very, very much so should listen to the end of this episode. But if you're, you know, if you can't make it through the beginning, stick around for the end because they're just polar opposites.
We'll have the times up above. So if you want to skip it, feel free.
You shouldn't skip a second of this. You should listen to everything. But the truth is, this is a completely polar opposite episode. But enough of this. Get yourself in there, enjoy yourself, and take care of yourself. We'll see you in there.
You that I can't quite put my finger in.
And we're back. Welcome to Loosely Attached. Thanks for sticking along for the ride. Hey, don't forget, the social media is out there. Follow us, Loosely Attached Pod on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, probably MySpace. Loosely Attached Podcast on YouTube. Man, go give us a look. We appreciate it very much. But Logan, man, how you feeling today? It's been a long night. It's a late night in the studio, 9:30 p.m. right now.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel 100,000% ready to fuck shit up.
Yeah, I'm not feeling bad.
Yeah.
I'm feeling fired up right now. I'm feeling fired up.
Exactly.
And, you know, dude, that's what's been so crazy about these last couple weeks is, like, we talk about it all the time. Like, everything that I'm doing and working in, I'm like, man, I got to keep going. Even, like, dude, you remember yesterday. Day before this, I was so exhausted. I was just laying in my bed like, dude, do I really got to get the bag again today? But, you know, dude, like, every single afternoon, I go through this thing where I just want to nap so hard.
Yeah.
And I go on TikTok and I start to doze off. And like, I have to rest. Like, I have to, like, sit down and lay down, but I never let myself sleep. I'll lay down and, like, recharge, and then, you know, then the pre-workout from the lift comes in, and I go to the gym. Getting in the gym, bro, has been so nice.
Hell yeah.
Honestly.
Same.
I mean, honestly, yeah. We'll see you in there one day.
One day. Right now I have a pretty good figure, so whenever I start getting out of shape, I'll step up and I'll...
I mean, I don't know. I've been in the gym, you know. Like, it's just not even that I return to the gym. It's that I'm, like, taking it up a notch.
Yeah.
I want to shout out my dude Ryan Archer, aka Skinny Meat. He's been doing doubles 2-a-days in the gym, bro. And his content that he creates is he dry scoops pre-workout and shits on his friends for not coming to the gym on time.
His content, like he creates it?
Yep.
Or?
He posted on his Snap.
Oh.
He posted on his Snapchat. I wish I knew his Snap off the top of my head. I think it's Big Daddy or something like that. But he'll go on Snap and take a scoop of pre-workout, dry scoop it, slam it with water, and then be like, you know, we're hitting legs today. My partner's late, and he'll like shout out his partner. It's hilarious, bro. But you know, I don't know. It's just that's kind of like a way to get into the grind mode. Like that's kind of what I've been thinking as well. Is like, you know, what's gonna motivate me to get into the gym and just bang these weights around, even though I don't want to. You know what I mean? It's every day I don't want to lift, and then I get in there and I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
There you go. I mean, I guess it all kind of comes down to mindset. I
yeah,
mean, it's all mental. Then again, your mind may tell you not to do something because it'll make you feel comfortable at the time, but looking back on it after the fact, you're so happy that you did.
I was telling you that today, actually. Like, I got out of the gym today, and I was like, dude, I feel so good.
Yeah.
Like, it's always so annoying thinking about going in there and doing it. But, like, I don't think there's ever been a day where I've regretted going to the gym. Ever. I mean, it's got to be good for you. And they say that, you know, like, ways to improve your mental.
I've had a bad
the gym is one of them.
I've had a bad experience at a gym.
Really?
There's a little local gym in my hometown. It's like a downstairs and an upstairs. I think the bathroom was downstairs, and I go in. It's probably like 2 a.m. It's a 24-hour gym. I go in at 2 a.m.
Those are dope.
It's me, my friend, and it's just us two. And then apparently I thought wrong because I went to take a piss, and the sweatiest big guy chose the urinal right next to mine. In the middle of a gym session, just made awkward eye contact.
Oh,
while
like it
taking a
wasn't
piss.
like there was no divider?
No, just walked right up. Didn't wait.
Was there a piss trough? Or not?
No, it wasn't a piss trough. It was just a straight up urinal.
Damn. Okay, I got you. I had to teach Logan what a piss trough was earlier today. I'm gonna.
I don't think anybody out there knows what one is.
No, bro, somebody does.
No way.
It's like the stadium urinals that are in the men's restroom, and it's no divider. It's just a metal trough.
If you're listening, I want to hear in the comments how many times you've pissed in a piss trough.
Yeah, man, piss troughs are really a next level experience because you're there, and it's so awkward because you don't have any divider. So if you're shy, or like you know, they call it pee shy. Like, you know, if you get up there and you can't like let it loose, like there's 3 dudes waiting behind you who are watching you.
Yeah.
No divider. There's 3 dudes to the right and to the left of you who are watching you, and you're sitting there like just eyes shut, like trying to get it out.
I can't piss under pressure. No shot. There's no way.
I can't.
I can't either. Like if
I cannot.
somebody's watching me from a distance, regardless, I feel awkward.
You know what the hardest is when it's you and somebody else and you don't know them that well, and it's a quiet bathroom and you're waiting on them to leave and they don't leave and they're just waiting on you to finish and there's no sound, they know you're not peeing.
I'm gonna go on air and say that pissing in a urinal with a line is harder than childbirth.
Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna say it.
That is so. There's no way that's true.
No, there's no.
It's not more painful.
Yes, it is.
What?
I've never heard a woman say like, "Oh yeah," like she always says like, "I'll have another kid." I've never heard a man say, "Oh yeah, I would love to have 3 guys stand behind me at a urinal and watch me piss."
Man, I don't 100% agree with that logic, but I do agree that there's nothing harder than peeing with somebody in the room watching you. You know, like the hardest is like baseball stadiums or like a big restroom, like bar restrooms where it's a piss trough and it's literally just like 40 guys in a row and you see one spot and you're like, shit, I got to do that. You know what else is weird is when there's a guy. There's always the guy in the urinal who he's like so drunk that he has to lean on the dirty bathroom wall. Like guys who leverage their hand like this and then pee with their other hand.
Let's give some parenting tips because this happens way too often. If you teach your kid to use a urinal with his pants pulled down around his ankles and he grows up and continues to do it, you're the problem.
Maybe.
I can name 10 occurrences in my life where I've seen teenage to grown men piss with their pants around their ankles.
No way.
I swear. Like bare white ass out. Like in public. Happens way too often.
I might start.
Yeah. I mean, that's one way to clear the piss trough.
That's true. Get yourself a little bit of room. Get your ass out there.
We're going to title this episode Piss Trough.
The Piss Trough episode. Dude, honestly though, I'm trying to remember at what age it was that I stopped peeing with my pants at my ankles.
You did piss with your pants at your ankles?
Yes, when I was a kid.
I don't think I ever have.
No, dude. Yeah, I would like pull my pants all the way down and pee, but then like eventually someone was like, "Hey, dude, you're
hold your shirt up while you do it."
Yes. No hands down there. Pants at the ankles.
It's like Butters from South Park.
Exactly. Exactly. That I think had to have stopped when I was around 4 or 5.
4?
I was young. I was a very like pre-adolescent age.
At what age do you become potty trained? Like how mentally? Like how do you know?
Oh, dude. I mean, I don't remember.
And why didn't it click? Like,
That's a good question.
why would you choose to piss and shit on yourself? Then again,
the age of reason.
Then again,
your brain's not developed.
There was a story that one of my close friends told me of his friend. They were like 7, 8, 9, playing in their neighborhood. And, like, he'd go over to his house, and this guy would literally shit on himself at 8 years old. I think it was like he was at his room and he's playing a game and he watches his friend just like, I guess, shit himself, and there's like these, he said, raisins on the floor, and his friend was like, you don't want to eat those raisins.
Oh my gosh. That is a problem.
Oh,
what?
Man. We're failing as a country.
Dude,
failing.
You should get like a license when you're 4 years old. Like license to pee.
Yeah.
Like license to kill. I mean, I all I know is, I mean, I hope my parents are listening, man. Well, actually, I kind of hope they aren't for this one, but you know, my parents did a great job training me how to pee. Although I do remember one time I missed or like I fucked up when I was first learning how to pee, and my mom got super mad at me. I will never forget that. She was so pissed.
Dude, this happens way too much.
Yeah.
There's a certain woman in my life who comes over a lot, and I always get in trouble about not putting this toilet seat back down.
Are you talking about your girlfriend, Logan?
I didn't say names.
Sick brag that Logan has a girlfriend, dude.
I didn't say any names, but she's always giving me problems about that.
You know, I actually validate that. I validate that because it's like my mother, and I live with 3 sisters as well. They would always say to me, like, you know, you put that seat down when you're done. You know, it's just like the way it has to be.
Why don't they put it down?
Because they're not the ones that put it up in the first place. Like it's kind of like holding the door open for girls. It's like a gentlemanly thing to do.
Some girls the seat down. Some girls don't like it. Like, they genuinely get offended. Like, there was one time at the mall, I did that for this, like, a mom and her daughter, and they got, like, pissed off.
Wow.
Like, it's happened a few times, actually. Like, they don't like the door being held for them. It's, like, offensive.
That's weird. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's some girls that would rather move the seat themselves.
Yeah. So how am I supposed to know? It's kind of like...
I mean, I don't know.
She should go ahead and get her pronouns out now.
I mean, dude, I just think that it's the right thing to do. Like, I've never had a problem with doing it. It's just methodical for me.
Yeah.
I just automatically seat down.
Yeah.
Wash my hands, get out.
Well, I close like the what was it that she gets mad at? I don't know. I can't even remember. Like, I don't know what step I miss when taking a piss that she gets mad about.
Do you clean, when you shave your face in the sink, do you clean all the little hairs out?
I try, but sometimes I'm in a rush.
I can't leave my house until all the hairs are gone.
All the hairs.
I'm so
I don't leave them. I don't leave them
it.
all, but like I'm sure I miss like around the edge, but
that's crazy. I could never do that. That's another one of the things that I think women hate.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. That's relationships.
Yeah.
When you're in a relationship that deep, you start hating little stuff that they do.
I also think
in a loving way.
Yeah,
you start
I'm
hating
glad you
their
brought
stuff.
this up because there's some relationships that they're blindly think that they're in a healthy one, if that makes sense. Like, it's so toxic.
Yeah.
And they convince themselves that it's not. And they like somehow they convince themselves that like stalking their phone is healthy or like tracking their location by the point, knowing exactly where they are, and they have to call and text exactly what they do. Like, they trick themselves into thinking that's a healthy.
It's mind-blowing.
And it happens like probably to 50% of the viewers, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so stupid, man. I just, you know, this topic for me is definitely something that I've always thought about. Like, I've never had this personally happen to me because I shut it down before it even happens. I'm like, if you're so upset about who I'm texting, then you can just go.
Yeah.
That's always been my stance on this. And,
well,
it's just a protective nature in general. Like, it's so bad for you, man. Like, no matter who it is, if us as men, if we're too protective towards them, that's an insecurity thing on our part. And I think that the man is at fault.
The male ego is so massive. Like
massive.
Like I don't it's like it's instilled in a male's brain to have to be big or have to be strong. And they don't give themselves like, dude, like if you're having a long day, like relax. Like it's okay to lay down, like put some music on and just chill. Like
you have to talk about it. You have to talk about it. I know exactly what you're thinking about.
I like to chill out, man. After a long day of work, I'll take a shower first, and then I'll take a hot bath with some music and just scroll through Instagram. I don't take a bubble bath.
Honestly,
I don't put bubbles. I don't put bubbles.
I see nothing wrong with a grown man sitting in the tub, relaxing.
After you shower.
After the shower.
After you shower. You can't get in dirty, because then you're just bathing in filth.
Yeah.
You have to shower first.
Clean tub.
Then, yeah. I'm
all for that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Man, but okay, like going back to your original point, hilarious, by the way. But your original point was males are like too focused on their ego, and they're like too big. Then they're too big and tough to like show their real feelings.
Exactly.
That's a real epidemic in our society. There's a huge problem with guys being so tough and so manly that they're almost being the opposite of manly, because they can't express their basic feelings. Mm-hmm. They can't even talk.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not feeling that good today. Here's why. I'm upset. I'm tired. I've been working so hard. Here's what's frustrating me about work. Like, they can't do that shit.
Yeah.
Women have to hate that.
Yeah.
I mean, the bare minimum, I think, is that you should be able to express your feelings, and women are like astonished by the fact that a male can have a conversation with them. It's like, are you serious? Like, you're expecting this guy to be able to speak in a basic level with you, and if he doesn't, it's okay.
Yeah, and I mean, that's not too much to ask. Like, it's so hard to find people who can actually have a conversation.
Yeah.
And there's been so many girls, like, I've tried to have a conversation with in the past, and they're just incapable.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know how. And I'm not even being biased. Like we'll bring out the flaws in guys, but I'll also bring out the flaws in girls.
Yeah.
I wish we had a girl guest today. That would be a great point of view, but we'll take care of it solo.
I can call. Let me see if I can call a special. I got a woman in mind that I'd like to bring on. Let me see if I hope she answers. She's a real one, because I don't talk to her that much, but she's perfect for this.
Tell her as soon as she answers that pissing is harder than childbirth.
All right. Damn. She's gonna snake out.
Wow.
This is important stuff, man. Like, this is why you should always answer my phone calls. You never know when you're going to be on the podcast.
Wow.
That's a shame.
But I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like
we just got embarrassed on the podcast, by the way.
We're cutting that shit.
No, I'm leaving it in. I'm leaving it in because, that's just, man, you really need to, anticipate your friendships and know who's your real friends and who's not. That's what that should teach you.
But
carry on.
All right. So same thing goes with if a guy, like, we can't read minds. So, like, if a girl decides to shut down and just, like, be like, oh, yeah, you're supposed to know. Or, yeah, like, this was already talked about 6 months ago, you should have known. Or, like, something, like, little that they remember. Like, it's not that we don't care. Like, you may have said something to me 6 months ago. I might not remember.
Yeah.
Like, just little stuff like that, and then they blow it up. And some guys do as well.
Yeah.
I think it goes both ways. Like, I don't know why people choose to create toxic energy whenever you can just vibe and be natural. And then if it's not natural, then separate yourself from the situation.
I mean, everybody has a level of tolerance of, like, what they can, like, manage and handle. And I think that our generation lets stuff, fester that really shouldn't. Like, stuff that just doesn't make any difference in the end.
Yeah.
It's not worth being upset about. And they still get upset about it. Like, my dad is a prime example of this. I used to complain to him about, stuff with girls that bothered me. And he'd be like, man, why do you even care? He'd be like, man, when we were, like, for example, like, he used to say that, this is something that would never happen nowadays, but like he used to tell me that when he was in college, like they would go out on casual dates with people. They'd go out, they'd have lunch, they'd go to a movie, they'd go mini golfing, whatever. And then the next week they would just go out with somebody else.
Yeah.
And it was just like, you're just going out for a date to have some fun. It's like there's no strings attached, but also there's no like hard feelings when you move on.
Yeah.
Like we don't do that.
I think
Like you go out on a date with somebody and you're pretty much talking to them.
You're
not.
That's a great point, man. I don't know what spiked. I guess culture kind of creates that stigma, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna blame it on social media, but I don't think it has anything to do with it.
Well, I think
now that I think about it,
I think that social media plays a huge part in the fact that none of us are able to socially interact with each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you were saying earlier in this episode, I didn't get to bring it up. Like, why is it so hard for men to express their feelings or some women to express their feelings? It's because we're in a completely different world. We're being bred to communicate at an inept level.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel so blessed and so lucky that I'm able to talk to people. Mm-hmm. Because for me to go and walk up to a girl in public and say, I think you're attractive and I would like your phone number is something that like a ton of guys can't do.
Yeah.
And if you want a girl to come and hit you up and say, I think you're attractive, forget about it.
Yeah.
They won't do it. They will not go up to people in public and speak. They just like sort through Instagram DMs.
Well, let's touch on that.
Let's get into it. Let's get into that.
You've been taking tips from a certain app.
Dude, TikTok somehow knows that I am. That's actually okay. I'm glad you brought this up. I just got TikTok like a month ago. I was against my will that I wanted it, but I got it to understand the algorithm so that we could post stuff on here. Mm-hmm. Only reason I did it. But now TikTok is understanding me as a human being, which freaks me out a little bit. And it's recognizing that I may need some life tips. They're like, man, like we're going to throw this guy a couple bones and tell him how to talk to women. And in the way that they're like, I'm not even going to give my tips away. No. I'm not talking about them.
Nope.
Because TikTok's giving me some good shit.
We're actually, our link is in our bio, so you can take our free How to Talk to Girls course.
What? We haven't created that yet. I will, though. But, yeah, Patreon, $5 a month to learn how to talk to women, hosted by me and Logan. But, dude, TikTok is teaching me some crazy shit that I did not know. Like, women, your secrets are getting, like, blown up and exposed on TikTok. And they're saying, here's what's going to make you guys, like, more interested in us. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
I just, so you guys know, your dirty laundry's out there. I bet you ours is, too. They're probably getting tons of hints.
Yep.
That's why I'm going to switch my routines up,
They'll never catch me lacking.
No, man, they'll never catch me. They'll never catch me. No algorithm can read me.
You know what's really crazy, now that we're still on the topic of relationships?
What's that?
The top 4 billionaires in the world have all been recently divorced.
The city boys are up.
Dude, they've all been divorced. And these, not all of them, but these prenups that they have are being obliterated.
Yep.
By these girls' lawyers.
Yep.
And they're taking half of the company.
Still.
Like, that's marriage terrifies me.
Prenups are a formality.
Marriage, not saying that true love doesn't exist.
It does.
But I don't think you should be married for it, man. Not in today's society. It's more of a business scheme.
Yep.
Rather than a love. Like, these girls are going after these NFL players, not for love.
Yeah.
But to get, before I say anything crazy, but to get, I was going to say knocked up, but hey, who knows? Maybe the baby's not the problem. But their intentions are.
Marriage is a financial business contract.
But why? Why even sign it?
I don't know. You know, I'm a Catholic, and, you know, in Catholicism, matrimony is a sacrament that binds two people together on a spiritual level by the grace of God and the Holy Spirit and Jesus.
I agree with that.
But is worth it for marriage for me.
I don't think that's very rare now. Like, you're almost taking a risk by taking the risk to find that, because you don't know what the true intentions are. And even if it isn't her intentions, because of the law now, you're fucking yourself 20, 30 years down the line without her even intending to do it.
You know, the only thing that I can honestly say to make this make any type of sense, because otherwise it doesn't to me, but, you know, if you're in the marriage for financial reasons, forget it, because it's not going to work. Your money's going to get separated. It's going to be messy. It's going to be awful. If you're in the marriage because you want to grow spiritually closer to somebody and grow with them in your faith, matrimony in a Catholic church. Like that's my take on it. There's millions of takes.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. And I think that that's the only way in my mind that a marriage is going to last. And there was a guy very close to me who told me, man, if God's not in your relationship or in your marriage, forget it. I think if money is involved in any way or anything else, fame, security, all of that can change.
Yeah.
Health, physical appearance, all of that is a variable.
I think a lot of times people go out and get married because they get pregnant and then they get married after.
Shotgun weddings.
And I think that is another big reason why they get fucked up long term.
Big time.
But I don't know. I personally think that if you love a woman and she loves you back, or boy, girl, boy, whatever, if you love somebody, your significant other, and you want, like, regardless if you're married or not, you're not going to leave them. You're in love with them.
Yeah.
And if they love you back, they don't have to be married to you to break. If marriage is the thing that breaks you up, you were going to end anyway.
That's true. And it's what's scary is marriage is almost like the it's too late point, the point of no return.
Yeah.
Because theoretically, you marry somebody, you're with that person for eternity. And the financial, I don't know, problems that come from breaking up a marriage or divorcing, quote unquote, is sometimes too hard for people to come back from.
Yeah.
I heard a story about a woman who, you know, she was married to like a deadbeat guy, like just a bum. And she was a doctor, you know, worked a super nice job, made 6 figures upside of, you know, $250,000 or something like that, and made a ton of money. And she marries this guy, and he doesn't do anything. You know, he works some bum job. And, man, they divorced. I mean, he was a cheater, an addict. Man, they divorced. He took half her money.
That's what I'm saying.
More than half, actually.
And I don't want it to come off like us saying that marriage is bad, because it's not.
No.
If you genuinely find somebody to marry and it works, good for you. You're perfect.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think the risk is worth it. Like, I feel like the odds of me, like, being married, I feel like the odds are, I don't even say me, I'll say just in general.
Yeah.
Like, if you marry somebody, it's almost like you're taking a greater gamble that they're going to take half your shit rather than at work.
Yeah.
What's the divorce rating? Like, what, 80-something%?
It's massive.
Like, you're taking an 80% chance of losing half of your shit.
Yep.
For what? To say that you're together for eternity? Why don't you just stay together for eternity?
That's a good point. And a lot of people do that. I've known tons of people who have just dated for 40 years.
Smart.
I have.
Smart.
I mean, there's some exceptions to that. You want to know something, though, that I've realized very recently? The truth is, in my life, I look back at all that I've done and all that I'm trying to do in the future, and I realize that more or less, there's only one guy who's going to back me at the end of the day, and it's me.
Yeah.
Really. And the more that I rely on other people, in any way, romantically, financially, in any possible fashion, it's bad for me. It's going to keep me from doing what I want to do. And that may sound selfish, but I would argue, you know, I'm so motivated towards what I'm trying to accomplish that, you know, there's nothing that can stop me, or nobody.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to. So, you know, yeah, it's this feeling of independence and perhaps selfishness, but at the same time, like, you know, you get burned enough times, or, you know, enough people teach you a lesson. It's like, why would I let you in on this? I've been working this long already. Doesn't make any sense. So marriage, to kind of tie that in, like, marriage is like, man, like, I built this already. Now you want to come and marry me and get half?
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of a joke.
What's his Jay Cutler from the Bears? I think
City Boys Up.
He had the same thing. Like, this woman wanted him to pay her $5 million for a new mansion.
Yeah.
The fuck? Get a job. That's what he told her. Get a job. Why do you need $5 million to buy a mansion from a divorce? Why?
Because she's money hungry.
Exactly.
And it's funny because he turned it around on her, and now he's taking half of her business. Like, he took her to court. He told her, get a job, and then he took her to court, and he's taking half of her shit.
Nice.
And she's already a millionaire. Her business was worth like 12 mil.
Nice.
So he's got her shit now. Plus, he's a retired,
Yeah, I think so too.
quarterback who's made a ton of money and had a super successful career. So, I mean, City Boys Up, hell yeah, Jay Cutler. But, you know, man, I just know that there is a lot of shallow people who will look at what you're doing and see you on your own and successful and happy, and they're going to be like, man, I want in on that. I want to take the easy road. And there's a lot of people who are going to take advantage of you in an emotional way, and it's dangerous. But on the other hand, there's a lot of really, really nice women out there and men who will look at love for what it actually is, and they will exclude things like physical appearance, money, all of that, because they actually genuinely love your personality.
Yeah.
That exists. I've experienced it. I've lived it, and I'll live it again. It's possible, but you've just got to have a good judge of character. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I would never deter somebody from the thought of marriage or from the thought of being emotionally involved with somebody. But man, like, there's just some rules you got to follow. You got to be careful.
And you're right, but then again, like, you got to, like, Bill Gates, for example. They were married, what, like 40, 50 years, and then just all of a sudden, boom, half his shit.
I think that what that should teach you is that no matter how good you think your life may be, it can change in an instant. Without you expecting it or anyone else expecting it, your life can change at any moment. And so the key is to enjoy each moment and remember it. And really, I mean, people always say live in the moment, but do it, man.
Yeah.
Like, be happy in the moment that you're in and value it, because you could wake up tomorrow and it could all be gone. And, you know, you have to be okay with that. You have to accept it and keep moving.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just don't want to live a life of regret, thinking that, man, I could have done more with that person, or I could have been happier, or I could have worked harder. Any aspect of life. I don't want to look back on it and be like, man, I left something on the table. And so far, there's very, very few instances. There's few interactions with people, few scenarios where I can say to myself, man, I really blew it, or I really left it all out there.
Yeah.
You know, like, I've done pretty well, and I'm happy about it. I want to continue to do that as much as I can.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. It's a crazy world. Kind of touching on what you talked about 5 minutes ago. I'd rather have, like even with us right now, like or not even just us, but like in general, like, people start doing things and they try to build things, and then there's a lot of fake love.
That's
but
true.
I would rather have 10 or even one loyal person over 100 fake people.
So true.
I'd rather have, if you're gonna, like, the fake people, it's just, what are they gonna bring you?
Nothing.
Just you, so you can get a picture and then post it. Same thing like these celebrities. Like, these celebrities come to town and then, like, they'll rush them, get a picture, and leave.
Yeah, they're just using them.
What's the point, though? Like, what did you gain from getting that picture?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Well, that's what I hope, is that I'm somehow able to really impact people, not just be like a guy that people want pictures with.
Yeah.
Because I very much understand that. There's so many people who make these public appearances, and it's like, oh, I'll take a picture, and you're gone.
Yeah.
It's almost like you don't even care who the person really is. You care about what they represent.
And what you'll look like being by their side in an image.
Right. It's like, that always makes me so mad about concerts. It's like, you don't even care that you're listening to the music. You just want to be there and post a picture.
Yeah, take the fucking video and then just continue to record it.
I got a problem with that. I think that we as young people, like, we are so quick to, like, take a picture of what we're doing, and we don't, like, take a mental picture.
We need to live in the moment more, man. I would rather.
That's what I was saying.
We just
yeah.
need to live in the moment. I would rather go travel to Indonesia or go travel to Dubai and get the life experience of that. Like that's so much more valuable to me than watching it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or
well, of course.
Or going there and taking the video and then like showing the entire world what it really looks like.
Yeah.
Like it's insane, man. There's so much out there that has to be done.
I mean,
and as much as I want to build wealth, the only reason I want wealth is to be able to freely do that.
Yeah.
So if I got to the financial situation where I didn't have to work anymore, so I would travel, I would sacrifice all of my money to just be able to travel and live free.
100%. It's possible. I mean, that's the goal.
Really my ultimate. Like everybody has their own goal. That's really mine. I want the freedom that money brings to where I can, like, that's really all I'm here to do, man. Like,
yep.
We live to die.
Yeah.
Like, we could die tomorrow. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to say that I, like this earth that we were given, I want to see it.
You know, I cannot be the first person that's ever said this, but you said it, man. People, they live to die. I'm dying to live.
There you go.
Right now.
There you go.
Very much so. I just want to experience everything and love everyone and do everything. And then when I die or when I go to sleep at night, like I'd be like, man, if I don't wake up tomorrow, man, I lived.
Yeah.
You know? And so far, I've very much done that. And for every setback, for every sad moment that I've had, every difficulty, I can look at my life and be like, man, all of that is part of this journey because I'm living.
Yeah.
That's a hard realization to come to. And that's powerful stuff, man, honestly. But
right. If I died tomorrow, I'd be pissed right now, man. Like I'm trying to get to where I'm in the point where I can say that, all right, I've lived.
Yeah.
Like I feel I'd be robbed. I'd feel robbed.
Well, I think that, you know, thinking selfishly, there's always more that you can do.
That's true.
But man, like I got all these freaking tattoos on my arms and, you know, all of this stuff that people are like, well, that's not going to be, you're not going to take that with you when you die. I'm like, yeah, but I always would have wondered what it would have been like to have some tattoos.
Yeah.
You know, some cool shit. I'm like, you know, there's been people who think they're stupid or like they don't like them. I'm like, man, why do you even care?
Yeah.
You know, man, I'm living my life. I'm happy.
That's really what it comes down to at the end of the day.
Yeah. I'm done caring about what people think about me, man. I'm so done with it. I really am. There's no point.
Yeah.
People wake up and get upset about what you're doing and they tell you how you should live your life and give you their opinion. Man, if you live every day listening to what they tell you to do, you're going to grow gray hairs quick. You're going to be anxious constantly because you're going to be constantly, I never want to live my life that way again. Constantly trying to make people feel happy or make sure that they're okay and then therefore I'm okay. Mm-hmm. Bullshit, dude. Complete bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, you living to please others will get you nowhere except stepped on. Because the second you go to please them, there's like an image on it. It's like a viral image. It's like this person has like 3 out of 4 batteries, and then you have 1, and you're giving your 1 battery to them, and then all they're doing is just unplugging and walking away, and you have nothing left.
Isn't that unreal? The division of time, like people suck the energy out of you.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that, like, no one be around me, no one talk to me. It's just me right now, man. Like, that's not the point. But the people who really care about you and the people who are really invested in you as a person, they will never like suck the energy out of you like that.
If anything, they'll be giving it to you and you give it back.
Exactly. They'll add to your talents and your abilities and your overall mood.
Yeah.
They'll make it better. You're this way, Logan, and so many other of my friends, I've never had a moment with them where I'm like, man, they're dragging me down.
Yeah.
Or they're making things difficult for me right now. I can't say that for a lot of people that I've cared about a lot.
That's
kind of sad.
You have to. Wait, you said you can't say that for the people in a good way, or you?
No. I think that there's a lot of people who I've, given my time and energy to who
they used it.
They used it. They
Gotcha.
brought me down. Yeah.
That shit sucks.
I cannot say that for everybody, but there's a lot of people at the same time who I can say, man, like I really, you're helping me.
Well, I mean, Oda's saying in the book, man, you are who you surround yourself with. Like, you have to selectively choose who you keep around.
Totally.
Because everybody will, if you're handing out money, everybody's your friend.
Yeah.
If you're handing out fucking food at dinner time, everybody's your friend.
Yeah.
But when you have no food, are they going to sit at your table?
I agree. And I'm just taking real careful notes as to who is believing in me right now and who is around me, because there's going to be a significant change one day, and then there's going to be people coming out of the woodworks, and I'm going to remember who was around.
I'd hate to be on that fucking bus because it's a long fucking ride.
It's going to be a bad time, but man, Logan, all I can say, man, is that, we're two young, successful guys who are just really working towards a greater good. Yeah. That's the way I can really wrap this up.
Successfully minded. I'm still striving, but best believe I have the mindset of a billionaire.
Having a successful mindset is success in itself.
That's true.
I think already I'm successful because I feel like my mindset is constantly fixated on success.
Hell yeah.
Man, we're gonna do good things one day, man.
Fuck yeah,
Give me
bro.
a little fist bump, dude. Hey, listen, what an episode.
Yep.
Another incredible, good episode. We've had a lot of good guests recently. We're gonna have more.
We want to keep it fresh, man. Like, I don't want any episode to feel the same.
No.
Whether it be serious, whether it be funny, whether it be controversial even. Like,
we started talking about piss.
Yeah.
In the beginning of this, and
What's
somehow ended on
a
matrimony.
Piss trough?
A piss trough.
Yeah. Go piss in a piss
I will
trough.
buy one for my mansion one day. But hey, if you haven't already, go follow the social media right now. You can say good shit, you can say bad shit, but let us know what you're thinking and how you're feeling. And if you have anything that you can add, by all means add it and we'll share it. And if there's anything you'd like us to talk about, Loosely Attached Pod, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything. Go look at it. Give us a little look. And man, thanks guys so much for the support. Thanks for listening. It's been a great week. Work hard this week. Party hard this weekend. We will see you next time.
I get happy, so you know, man. Shit is tacky, yeah. Talking about me like you know me, shit is tacky. All that small talk, baby, you can keep that. Yeah, I'm hungry, but I'm cool on the feedback. Got a free pass out of town, and I need that. Got a big crib in the woods just to relax. Giving O's to my ex, bitch, it's to relapse. He don't know where she at. I could drop a pin, and you wouldn't know where we at. I know what you want, and I didn't want to beat that. Couldn't really be that. Tried to show you what I mean, you couldn't even see that. Tried to give you all of me, and baby got me so sick. So sick of the love song, so sick. So sick of the fuck shit, so sick. Yeah, got me so sick. Tried to give you all of me, and baby got me so sick. So sick of the love song, so sick. So sick of the